My name is Chris Cook. I'm the Managing Director of the Office of Communication and Marketing at Texas Tech University and Texas Tech Public Media. Texas Tech University is full of great communicators, and together we hope to bring you perspectives and insight that can help you in your field. Communication is what we do every day, and it's intricately connected to our success and failures. This is Communicators in a Cart. David Weindorf is Associate Dean for Research and the B.L. Allen Endowed Chair of Pedology in the Department of Plant and Soil Science. His background in soil research led him to partner with KTTZ on a new documentary titled Between Earth and Sky, which addresses the effects of climate change on the Alaskan landscape.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, David, good. How are you doing?
I'm good, man. How are you? What's going on?
Not good, not much. Hey, I want to talk to you about your film.
Let's do it.
Let's do it over coffee.
Okay, sounds good.
Let's go.
I'm game.
So now, is your degree in plant and soil science, or what are your degrees?
I got all three of my degrees from Texas Tech.
Okay.
My bachelor's is in range management.
All right.
Did my master's in soil science with a minor in geochemistry, and then my PhD is in agronomy with an emphasis in soils.
So when did it click for you that, you know what, this is what I'm going to study in school?
You know, growing up, my grandfather had a ranch out in eastern New Mexico in Hondo, close to Ruidoso, and he was a soil conservationist. And so when I was a young man, I used to go out to his ranch on the summer, and he would take me around the state to these different projects he was working on. And he would show me all these really wonderful natural resource conservation projects he was doing. And I was fascinated. I mean, I got to run around on the ranch and help him harvest apples and, corn and all kinds of stuff he was growing, and rustle his cattle around, that sort of thing. And this whole time, he's talking to me about his connection with the land and why it's so important that we conserve our natural resources, because we only got one earth that we live on. So we all have to take care of it. And that really made an impression upon me.
You were able to take what you learned and turn that into a career.
Yeah, and what's interesting is soils is not a field that you hear a lot about. But if you think about it, soils are where we get the cotton that we make our clothes from. It's where we grow our timber that we build our houses from. We have all these wonderful things that come from soil, so I kind of view it as one of our most underappreciated natual resources.
I look at air, sun, and the rain that comes out of the sky that you capture.
That's right.
Are the three things not coming out of the soil,
Yeah.
but everything else emerges from that.
That's
Yeah.
it.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
We'll go in here, I'll buy you a cup of coffee.
Okay, let's do it. I'm more of a hot chocolate guy.
Well, we'll get hot chocolate's fine, shoot. So let's talk about Between Earth and Sky.
Yeah.
And we were just talking about, you got here in 2013, and you graduated from here in early 2000s, but you came back on faculty in 2013 and immediately started working on this project. Start from the beginning of that.
So the idea is, starting in about 2005, 2006, I started taking students on the Arctic Soils Field Tour, which was a class that was offered by the University of Alaska Fairbanks and taught by a professor up there named Chen-Lu Ping. And Dr. Ping is a world-renowned Arctic soil scientist, been working up there 25, 30 years, done all kinds of great research for the National Science Foundation, and he really encouraged me to start bringing my students up there on this trip, and I did. Every time I take them up there, they would come back and say, wow, that was incredible. We will never look at the world the same way again. I thought, this is great, we need to keep taking students up there. Well, Dr. Ping pulls me aside one day and he says, I'm now in my 70s and I'm going to be retiring. And I thought, my God, when that happens, the amount of knowledge that we're going to lose in our field is tremendous. So I went to our professional society, the Soil Science Society of America, and I said, for Dr. Ping's last Arctic Soils Field Tour, we really need to archive that somehow. Maybe it would be possible for us to videotape it. And then I thought, well, if we could videotape it, maybe we could get him to wear a microphone. If we could get him to wear a microphone, maybe we could get some lighting out there and really get it done right. And before long, this idea of doing a documentary film was born. And everybody that I talked to about it in our professional society just loved the idea.
So you went from home camera
yeah.
to full-blown production.
Exactly, yeah, cinematography, right? And of course, I'd never had any experience in doing anything like this at all. And so then I was kind of stuck. I didn't really know what to do. Well, I happened to be over at KTTZ at the radio station, and ran into Robert Giovanetti one day, and he says, I got this guy you got to meet, Paul Allen Hunt. Let me tell you, this guy can take this story and bring it to life. And at first I was a little bit skeptical, not because I didn't really know Paul, but I thought, okay, I know Texas Tech is wanting to kind of take care of their own, but I really want this to be a top-notch project, right? And he says, no, you don't understand. Paul has won Emmys for his documentary filmmaking. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Right here on campus? He's like, yeah. And so he got it, like from day one, like the importance of this whole message. And so I can remember very distinctly in my office, showing him some of these pictures, talking about what we're gonna do. And he says, all right, well, let me know the decision. And I said, the decision is, let's make a movie together. One of the best comments that I heard was from our leadership at the Soil Science Society of America, and they said, you came to us with this idea about making this soil video. And he said, we've had a lot of people make a YouTube video, 10 minutes or something, and we thought it was going to be that. But what you produced was cinematic.
Yes.
I mean, it just jumps off the screen, and it is a movie. It's a film. It's not a little video.
When you're putting together a film like this, and your passion for the environment, not just teaching, comes out, but your passion for the environment and the impact that it's undergoing. How do you relate that to your students, and what do you want them to take away from one of your classes?
One of the lasting messages that I leave every class with on the last day is to touch the land lightly. I'm not the guy that's sitting here saying we shouldn't farm the land, we shouldn't develop, we shouldn't build a highway. We have to do those things. We're a modern society. If you have a big, majestic tree there, put up a barrier around it and preserve that tree. Don't tear it down unless you have to. Don't damage the land any more than you have to in order to produce what you need to produce. And when we do work the land, when we farm, when we build roads and things like that, let's do it in an environmentally sustainable way.
David, thank you.
You bet. Thanks for
This has
having me
been
so
great.
much. Appreciate it.
Thanks for representing Texas Tech.
Thank you.
And educating our students.
Glad to do it. Guns
Thank
up.
you. Yes, sir.